Hi guys, this is Radhika here again. I hope you all are doing well. So today I wanted to make a video on sadness and tips on how to deal with it. So I've been thinking of making this series which will be on emotions, and these are the various emotions that you will feel if you have been through a narcissistic scenario in your life. And for someone who's an empath, maybe you even haven't been through a narcissistic scenario, but just looking at the world around or looking at some things that go around in the world, these feelings might come up now and then. And so because I have felt a lot of these feelings so much, um, I have really kind of observed what I feel when I feel these feelings. I don't know actually if everyone feels these things in the same way. Uh, but I have realized from a lot of my videos that I put up, maybe we do all feel a lot of things similarly. And yeah, so now that a bunch of people are watching these videos, I really think maybe I can give you some insight on how I worked with these emotions, and how it has helped me. I wouldn't say I don't feel any of these anymore, because we are all human and we will feel them from time to time. So I do feel them. It's just that the way I work with them has changed over time. And because I have felt them so intensely, and if any of you do astrology, I have like Scorpio, which is very heavy in a lot of my houses. Like it's in my sun, I think it's in my Venus, it's in my Mercury, and it's basically a very heavy uh, zodiac sign all throughout my chart. So yeah, I'm very much like Scorpio based in my energy. So I do feel everything to like a great depth. Um, I'm not saying other sun signs don't. Most of the water signs do, but yeah, and I mean it's a lot of stuff. So it's your sun sign plus your previous karam and just your outlook on life, how sensitive you are towards feeling the things you're feeling, and a lot of other stuff too. So, anyways, so yeah, so basically these are some things that I have done, which I think have helped me, and which I hope help other people too. Okay, so sadness and tips to deal with it. So sadness has a very, like, the vibration that I feel, or the frequency, or whatever you want to call it, the energy that you feel when you are in this feeling of sadness is, for me, it feels like sinking. Like, if you imagine someone's aura around them, when they are happy, when they are hopeful, it just grows and grows, so you become like high vibration, high frequency. When you have a good frequency, when you have a high frequency, you can talk to other people, you can communicate, you can get your ideas across, you can get your point of view across. Sadness to me feels opposite, so all the negative emotions probably are going to feel this way. But I feel like my aura is shrinking, more and more inside me, and I feel this feeling of sinking as well as shrinking, and it's a very heavy, stuck kind of an emotion. You feel small, you feel like you want to go inside yourself, kind of like crawl inside yourself and just not be anywhere. You feel like that. You feel like if you were a turtle, you would just go inside your shell and be in there. It also makes me feel cold when I'm sad. I don't know why. I wear socks when I'm sad, because I don't know, maybe the fire in my body just goes away. And I feel that too, like the fire in your belly, the inspiration, the motivation to do things, it goes away when you are feeling sad. And you might also feel unloved or uncared for. If you have felt this way for a long time, it will come out many times as sadness. Sometimes you might even ask someone who's close to you, that I'm feeling this certain way and I'm feeling sad, and can you take care of me? And sometimes that person might be emotionally unavailable because they have their own stuff to deal with. It's not like, I know in an ideal world, in a relationship, your partner should always be available to deal with some emotion that you are facing, but we do not live in an ideal world. We live in a world in which everyone is busy doing their own thing, and everyone has a lot of worries about their jobs, about their own things. They might be carrying a lot of emotion that they have not dealt with, and sometimes seeing you like that triggers them and it triggers maybe their guilt, or they feel like you're blaming them, even though you're not, you're just asking for help. But because they have all these things going on, they might put some more things on you which you actually don't need at this point because you're already feeling sad. So maybe a lot of you have learned this with experience. A lot of time when we have sadness or we feel sadness, we go outside looking for help. And it's good if you have someone outside who is able to help you. Of course you can use their help, and they might be able to help you. But if you have experience like me, that a lot of time you ask people for help, and instead of getting help, you get a lot more. You get their anger, you get their denial, or their tendency to just sometimes blame it on you for being too emotional. So if these things are happening with you, I would say to you that forget that person for the time being. I mean, I'm not saying you have to forget them completely, but right now focus on you, because you are feeling sad and you need help. So I mean, not help in a bad way. Asking for help is not a bad thing, but you need your energy to focus on your sadness. Otherwise their issues, their reaction will take away the focus from your sadness, which you don't want to do. You want to focus on your sadness because you want to help it. You want to help the sadness which is inside you, because it is a part of your energy and you are responsible for your energy. So yeah, so if you realize after a point that you are not getting help from outside, then you are not helpless, you are not a victim, because you have it inside you to help yourself. So that's what I have realized. And you have to help yourself if you are feeling a lot of emotions. And you have to once you help yourself, you will realize that, oh, you know what, I can help myself, I can be my own healer. I don't need I'm not always like dependent on someone outside me to give me healing. Not always dependent on another human being, or if you have a dog or a cat, like a dog or a cat, or you are not dependent on what someone does to you. You can do things to yourself. You can like fix yourself little by little. So yeah, so you can do that. And sadness is overall an uncomfortable feeling. It's a low vibration feeling, low frequency. So basically, also when you try to communicate with someone, especially who has also been involved in this narcissistic scenario with you, it's going to be very difficult to communicate. Like if the frequency is bad, you cannot send signals. And that's what happens when you go into these low frequency emotions. The communication becomes bad. It becomes not clear, it's unclear. Things will get lost in translation when you are talking to someone. And when two low frequency beings, they communicate with each other, that's the worst, because no one is understanding the other person. So in that case, the best thing would be to not talk about this issue. and sort it out yourself. And yeah, that would be my advice. And then sadness is very close to hopelessness. So when you feel sad, you feel hopeless in a way. And this is a vritti of the anahat chakra, which is your heart chakra. And it's also like the other aspect of sadness is when you feel sad, a side effect of that is you feel hopeless, and you also feel like not putting in much effort into things, uninspired. You don't feel inspired when you're sad. You feel like, I don't want to do anything, I just want to lay in my bed all the time. And that's also a feeling of the anahat chakra. So these are vrittis of the anahat chakra. And it's not like it's really not like rocket science. It's difficult, but it's doable, and you can deal with it. And so if we remain in too much of sadness, we go into depression. Depression is basically your body telling you that, hey, you are not you are not utilizing your energies properly. It's going out of whack. And maybe the situation that you are in is not suiting you. That is also out of whack. So, depression is not always a bad thing. If you learn from your depression, if you learn from your sadness, these things are trying to tell you something. So, overall, I think when feelings come up, we can treat them like, at least for me, I treat them now like children. When you have this feeling come up of feeling sad, or of feeling anxious, or of feeling depressed or angry, whatever. All these feelings, don't be scared of them. They are just feelings, and they are like children. They cannot deal with things by themselves. You have to deal with them. And one way of dealing with feelings is not the first thing that you want to do is you want to stop responding, because otherwise what we do is we feel something, we react, we respond. We feel something, we react, we respond. What we want to do is the default reaction and response to any feeling we want to make is to understand it. So don't right away react to something. First realize that this feeling is arising in me. I'm feeling this way, and now I have to deal with this feeling. I have to understand this feeling. I have to understand what this feeling is telling me about, what memory is this feeling, and what is it trying to teach me. So if you treat your feeling like your children, or even if you don't have children, if you know children or animals or anything that is unable to uh, operate in a complete way, like not an adult, like a non-functioning adult. um no, I mean, what I mean is, feelings are something which they don't have the intelligence to deal with themselves in their own way. So they come to you because they want to tell you that, okay, I have arrived now. Now how do you want to deal with me? And you can either throw them out the door, that is reacting. So basically, I feel angry, I throw my anger at someone else. I feel sad, I throw my anger at someone else. I misunderstand sadness as anger and I throw it at someone else. So that's basically like, you have a child in your hand and the child is crying, and you're like giving the child to someone else. But you don't want to do that. You want to be responsible because it's your own child. So you want to really treat it with care. So if sadness is arising in you, you understand that sadness is arising inside of me. I'm feeling sad. And then the next thing you can do is you can set an intention. Okay, so set an intention in your mind that I see sadness is arising in me, and I'm setting an intention that I'm going to deal with this feeling of sadness in the best way possible. And just set that intention. And don't be scared of the feeling. Welcome it in your body. Sit with it. See what you feel. How do you feel in your body? When you're feeling sad, just sit with it and feel that, what am I sensing? Where in my body am I sensing this sadness? And Basically, you can, after you have done this for a while, just sit with it, and you can also visualize that you are asking the sadness. You can visualize the sadness inside your body, like maybe like some color or something like that, or like a small bubble, with eyes and mouth, something like that. Imagine it's there inside your body. You can talk to it, you can ask it, have you been in me for long? Have you been hiding for long inside me? Why are you feeling this way? What do you want? What do you want uh, from me? And just ask these questions and see if your intuition is giving you any answers. If it's not, then that's fine. You don't have to like go on probing it, but just let the sadness know that I see you, and you are welcome inside my body. You can come inside anytime you want. You can stay here anytime you want. Don't throw the sadness out. It's a part of you. And you have to keep it with you, You can't throw out parts of you. And also, don't try to be happy. Like, of course, our goal in life is to be happy, and that's what we all are striving for, but don't try too hard. Don't push down your sadness to be happy. Don't force yourself to be happy. And this forcing is it's become a norm now, so people do like, and that's fine, because it's kind of like denial and escapism, and in some way just diversion of mind. So if you feel sad, someone will have an ice cream. If you feel sad, someone will go shopping. If you feel a certain way, they are doing alchemy in a way. They are trying to change their emotion by adding something else, so this emotion turns to this emotion, and this will keep you going. But the thing is, at some point you will have to deal with your feelings to a deeper level. So these things will get you by, but then the thing is, every time you're sad, you will eat an ice cream. Every time you feel anxious, you will eat a pizza. Every time you feel angry, you will eat, I don't know, something else that's unhealthy. And over a period of time, you will create this habit for yourself of eating things to let go of some feeling. And this eating thing is unhealthy, so it gets you addicted. Basically what these things do is, they are short time fixes. They are like band-aids. So it's a wound, it's a bullet wound, and you're putting band-aids on it. And so it will keep you functioning for some time. But either you keep on applying bandages all your life, or you take this step now, that you will fix the wound. And I would say this is the one which will bring you long term happiness, because when you start fixing things truly, they will stop arising, because you have fixed them, you have dealt with them. They won't keep on arising again. So yeah, I think that so I think this way of dealing with it is better, that don't chase happiness just to escape from sadness. When happiness comes, let it come. When sadness comes, let it come. Just just see everything. They are like your children, so just welcome your children. Don't feel that I don't like sadness, even though it's your child. It's your child. A child might be a little more, like serious than your other happy child, but that doesn't mean it's not your child. It just means you have to pay some attention to it. And so give it that attention, and then you can observe what memories are coming with this sadness. What do you feel like doing? Do you feel like sleeping? Do you feel like just lying down in a blanket is going to give you comfort in this uncomfortable feeling? Then do that. Do you feel like today is the day you really cannot go to office and work? If you feel like that, take a day off if you can. Otherwise, just do small things here and there which will make you feel comfortable. Even if you have to go to office and work because your work is that demanding, maybe make a good cup of tea at work, or maybe order something that you really like to eat. So yeah, this is, I mean, I'm again asking you to eat and drink something that is good, but I'm saying this is a part of it. Don't just feel that okay, I did this, now I'm happy, but it's a part of it, so do some small things here and there to make you feel comfortable for the time being. um, then do you feel like watching a movie or will help you, or painting something, or if you are totally unsure in this feeling of sadness that what you want to do, you're totally clueless, then I would say just do some simple things like have some glasses of water, have something healthy. If you want pizza, if that is what you really feel like eating to make you feel better, because maybe that's how you have dealt with it before, you can have pizza, but maybe just have it in balance, not like an entire pizza, or you go shopping and you buy like a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people escape things this way. So maybe do a little bit because you are weaning yourself off of that habit. And then once you have done that, just sit quietly for some time and think of something of beauty. Think of something which is beautiful, which has inspired you before, or which you just, that that thing that you see, if you see it, you feel calm and you feel collected and you feel happy at some level. So it could be a song or a photograph, a movie, or a park that you have been to which you find beautiful, or even on the commute that you have from your office to, like from the transport, whatever you take to the office, a place which just while driving or while passing by, you like it. You have usually liked it in your normal days. So if you have such a place, try to spend some time there, or try to look at that painting or listen to that song or that movie or that particular scene from a movie, whatever. This is because whatever is beautiful, whatever you find beauty in, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? You might find something beautiful which I would not. So because you find something beautiful, it's something that connects with you at a level which only you understand, because it does not connect with anyone else like that. It's a unique connection which you have to that thing of beauty. So when you see that, you will realize that beauty is an igniter. It ignites, it's what do you say, it's like a kerosene to fire, so its beauty is an igniter to love and hope and care. And it really is a starting emotion. When you see beauty, a lot of emotions are going to follow that. It's like yeah, it's like a fire starter, an igniter basically. So when you see a beautiful thing, you will, and beautiful, I mean like something that has spoken to you, not something that everyone considers beautiful, something that is beautiful for you. And you see it, you will instinctively inside feel, you will feel awed that something so beautiful exists. You will feel hypnotized, lost, and appreciative for some time. Just get lost in that beauty. And maybe for a moment or two, when you are really observing and really looking at the beauty in with more than just your eyes, you will feel kind of lost for those 2 3 moments. And they are literally this small, they are just like a few moments. And if you really go inside those 2 3 moments, those are the moments when magic happens. And the magic that happens is that you disappear for some time. You, as a human being, your ego, your identity, it disappears, and you are so awed by the beauty that you are seeing that you are merged with what you are seeing. You almost become that, what you are seeing. And because of that, you become like the same frequency, the same vibration of the thing that you're looking at. And because you merge, you at some level inside realize that you also have that beauty inside of you. And that's not from ego. That's not thinking I'm beautiful or I look pretty or I have good eyes or good hair. No, it's not like that. It's like you feel pure and you feel, basically you don't feel any other emotion, you just feel merged with that beauty of which you are so in awe of. And that awe does not come from ego of thinking, oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's just something so beautiful that you lose yourself inside of it. It's not a logical beauty that you think, oh, so the figure is like, this painting is this dimension and the colors are acrylic, and you don't think of all those technical terms. You just see it and you're lost in it. So that's the kind of beauty that generates a lot of awe and gratitude and just magic inside of you. And so when you have hit that spot, when you have hit that spot of, gratitude and awe and inspiration, when you see something beautiful, stay there, just stay there for a moment or two. And even in your dark and heavy and stuck sadness, you will, for a few moments, have this feeling of lightness, as if a weight has been lifted from your heart. Your heart will suddenly open up, and the heart chakra, it will again, start processing this energy in the way it should. So you are kind of like, it's like a kickstart, to your heart. You're giving it a kickstart that, come on, look at this beauty and realize that you can be one with this beauty. Realize that you are like this. And when that realization comes to you at some level, when you look at a beautiful thing, you read a beautiful poem, you see a beautiful tree which is green and full and blossoming, these things will happen naturally. It will happen to you when you see a cherry blossom tree in its full glory. It's so intrinsic. You don't even have to make it happen. It happens automatically. So once you are there, once you have been to that place and you have inspired yourself at some level, I'm not saying the sadness will go away, but when you have inspired yourself at some level, you really have to kind of feel it and understand it, that I can do this to my sadness. I don't always have to go out and shop and look. I mean, you are looking outside for beauty, but in a shopping, you are not going to feel merged with the clothes that you buy, unless, of course, you're a fashion designer and you find beauty in clothes. But when you see a beautiful tree or a bird or a song or something, or a work of art, a work of beauty, you will feel one with it. And so, even though you are using the external to feel a good feeling, the feeling is such that you will merge with the external and you will realize that this beauty that I see outside lies within me too, because I merged with it. And you become that frequency, and so you will realize you can be that beauty, you can be that feeling of lightness. And so after this has happened, you can start using your logical brain, because of course a series of incidents has happened in your life which has made you feel sad. But sometimes we get stuck in the feeling of sadness without any inspiration to move forward or any plan of how to pan out your life after this sadness. Or if you know the sadness is a continuous part of your life, if you're not always but many times this scenario is going to repeat in your life, then you can figure out some ways of making its effect less, so that you feel less affected by this and you are not stuck in your path, you are able to move forward. Yeah, so basically, you can use beauty to get inspired again, and that's what I did a lot of times when I was feeling sad, when I was feeling sadness and kind of stuck in it, not able to move forward after feeling sad and not getting any help from the outside. I did use beauty a lot. A large part of the beauty I used were Rumi's poems, which I am also making another playlist on that. I am interpreting them, and I had no idea what his poems are about. I just got this idea I should buy this book, uh, which has Rumi's poems. And I was so surprised that so many of his poems have themes which are so similar to what I was feeling at the time. So it was really a synchronicity. And I would say you find your beautiful, what you find beautiful, and you work with that. Yep, so this was this video, how to deal with sadness. I hope this helps you, and I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thanks. Bye.